Heather Dawson, and welcome to our special Thanksgiving episode. Well, 'tis the season to pack on the pounds. Studies show the average Thanksgiving meal contains more than 3,000 calories, kicking off a holiday feeding frenzy that is estimated to pack some 305 million pounds onto the national waistline by New Year's Eve. Now is the time to start planning where your family will spend the holidays. How about a trip to the best city in the world, according to Travel and Leisure magazine? It's been a banner year for San Miguel de Allende as it celebrates its reign as American cultural capital. Let's find out why.
It's no wonder why San Miguel de Allende is considered one of the most beautiful cities in Mexico. Its attractive and cosmopolitan appearance will enchant you, and so will its astonishing appreciation for food. Enjoy a wine tasting and tour of Tres Raíces, one of Guanajuato's Mexican-born vineyards. Then visit the organic gardens of Rancho Trinidad, where you take farm-to-table ingredients into the kitchen with a professional chef in a world-class cooking and dining experience. Experience the family tradition of preserving and perfecting a historical trade of over 100 years in Paño, a recognized bakery and pastry shop in San Miguel de Allende. Experience paradise at Nirvana, the perfect blend of nature nestled on the banks of the Laja River. What better way to experience the magnificence of San Miguel de Allende but from the sky, in a hot air balloon over the beautiful colonial town and the surrounding countryside. With the charming streets, stunning architecture, and vibrant color of San Miguel de Allende, it's no wonder it is ranked so high among travelers.
Food Network star Ted Allen is encouraging families to host Friendsgiving to help end childhood hunger. Here's the details.
When you can't be with family at Thanksgiving, you can celebrate Friendsgiving instead. And in the spirit of Friendsgiving, a charity campaign encourages people to share a bit of their good fortune.
A benefit for NoKidHungry.org. Most people may not know this, but 1 in 6 American kids struggles with hunger issues.
Even a small donation can be a big help for a hungry child.
Just $1 can create up to 10 meals for an American kid. So this is not a big bucks fundraiser necessarily. This is something that anybody can participate in and have a meaningful impact on hunger in America.
The campaign is working to raise awareness because hunger is an invisible problem in this country.
You can't see hunger among people or children, but it exists and it affects their body and their brain in profound ways.
Visit NoKidHungry.org/Friendsgiving to learn how to host your own charitable Friendsgiving event.
And coming up next, we have the best of entertainment with all the holiday movies headed to the box office and streaming. Plus, we've got all the food festivities. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Up next, Laura Delutri, home and lifestyle expert, is back with a few holiday recipes your friends and family will love. Let's check it out.
So Delicious Dairy Free, who have been making dairy-free foods and beverages for more than 30 years, have all the products you need to enjoy a dairy-free holiday. According to a study done by SWNS and So Delicious in 2018, over half of Americans are currently trying to incorporate more plant-based meals into their daily lives, and the holidays are no exception. Two popular products include their cult favorite Cocoa Whip and Holiday Nog. Both gluten-free, non-GMO, and certified vegan, Cocoa Whip is the perfect addition to the holidays. It's fluffy and flavorful, and I love to pair it with a slice of holiday pie or use it as a dip for my favorite fresh fruits. And the Holiday Nog allows everyone to enjoy the holiday staple. I like mine with a dollop of Cocoa Whip and a classic sprinkle of nutmeg. Check out SoDeliciousDairyFree.com for recipes so everyone can still take part in those traditional holiday meals.
The holiday season is here, and it's time to start planning your holiday menus. Here to share their favorite recipes and tips for cooking up Instagram-worthy dishes are New York Times best-selling cookbook author and pie expert Erin McDowell and ice cream scientist Ian Mopper. Welcome, Erin and Ian. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Erin, as a professional baker, what will you be cooking up for your friends and family this holiday season?
Well, I really love recipes that still have some classic flavors, but I'm not afraid to add a few bold twists, and that's what the Tillamook Friendsgiving menu is really offering this year. First up, we've got these honey roasted butternut squash crostini on a bed of creamy, tangy Tillamook cream cheese. It's an epic flavor combination and a really great way to greet your guests kind of right when they come in the door with something to eat. And every table, in my opinion, needs a good biscuit. These particular biscuits are loaded with Tillamook sharp cheddar. They're flaky, they're tender, they're so good. And for a little extra flavor boost, we've got this gochujang compound butter. That sweet and spicy gochujang paste with the Tillamook extra creamy butter. It pairs so great, and your guests are really gonna feel like you went the extra mile for them to make something like that special. Now, I've got some picky eaters in my family, so I always have to bring a couple crowd-pleasing dishes into the mix, and this pimento mac and cheese definitely delivers there. A little bit of smokiness from that pimento, but tons of Tillamook sharp cheddar shreds, and plenty of the really creamy unsalted butter makes this so decadent, so craveable. You're not even gonna have any leftovers, even if you wanted them.
Oh my gosh, I'm drooling just looking at that. I am a huge pimento cheese fan, so that sounds amazing. Ian, as an actual ice cream scientist, which is amazing, by the way, tell us more about Tillamook ice cream and why we should be buying it.
We at Tillamook really strive to do right by our fans. And so what this means is that we always use the highest quality premium ingredients in all of our products, but especially our ice cream. This is coupled with the fact that we actually have a much higher butter, fat, and cream content. So what this directly translates to is the fact that our ice cream is much smoother, richer, creamy, and more decadent. So this holiday season, we actually have two different holiday offerings for you in the ice cream world. The first of which is going to be our peppermint bar. So this is going to be a peppermint ice cream paired with white chocolate chunks and smashed candy cane bits throughout. And then secondly, we have my personal favorite, which is going to be our holiday sugar cookie. So this is going to be a rich, indulgent cookie dough base with holiday sugar cookie dough bits throughout, and then finished with creme brulee sprinkles. And it is absolutely phenomenal.
Where can we go to find out more?
You can find this whole menu of recipes on Tillamook.com, and don't forget to follow Tillamook on Instagram and TikTok too.
From big budget blockbusters to long-awaited sequels, here are just a few of the highlights. Angelina Jolie returns to the big screen and reprises her role as Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. If you're a car buff, Ford versus Ferrari is a must-see about the historic race in Le Mans, France with Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Last Christmas features the music of the late George Michael, including a few new unreleased songs and set in London for the most wonderful time of the year. One of my personal favorites coming out for the holidays features Anna Kendrick as Santa Claus's daughter, Noelle. Also set to hit theaters and on Disney's new streaming channel is Disney's live-action remake of the classic film Lady and the Tramp. Well, Frozen took the holidays by storm in 2013, and now 6 years later, the sequel Frozen 2 will be out in theaters just in time for Thanksgiving. Well, who doesn't love Dolly? Dolly Parton's Heartstrings is coming to Netflix with 8 new Dolly songs, plus her inspiration behind her most beloved songs with an award-winning cast including Kathleen Turner and Julianne Hough.
Flu season has started, but many Americans still haven't received their annual flu shot. With holiday travel and family gatherings right around the corner, now is the time to consider the potential risks of flu.
The flu is a very contagious respiratory illness, and it can spread easily, right? When people cough or sneeze, or sometimes even just talking. And so now is flu season. We're already in it, and it usually peaks in February, so it's not too late to go ahead and get your flu vaccine if you haven't already.
According to CDC estimates, up to 54 million Americans suffered from the flu in the last flu season, with up to 650,000 hospitalizations. Yet less than half of Americans got vaccinated. Anyone at any age can get sick with the flu, even healthy people.
Some people might not even believe that the flu is a serious illness. But the truth of the matter is that for some people it really can be. And it's very different from a common cold or like the stomach flu or stomach virus that you hear about. It can lead to serious complications in certain people, sometimes even hospitalization and deaths.
For Elisa Kanowitz and her family, the flu was a nightmare come true.
The flu absolutely devastated our family. It took the life of our 4-year-old daughter, Amanda. She was a happy, healthy, fun-loving little girl, but one weekend she caught what we thought was an ordinary virus. The first day she had a cough and a minor fever. The second day she was vomiting. So we called our pediatrician, who told us that there were a bunch of different viruses going around and to just keep Amanda hydrated. But then the next morning, I found Amanda lifeless in her bed.
Tragically, Amanda had not been vaccinated.
She wasn't vaccinated because back then the flu vaccine wasn't recommended for kids her age. Fortunately now, the vaccine is recommended for everybody 6 months of age and older.
And if you do get sick, there are things you can do to protect those around you.
You do want to make sure that you're covering your mouth, your nose when you're coughing, when you're sneezing, and if you're sick, staying away from other people.
But in the end, prevention is the best remedy for the flu. That's why GSK, through its Flu is a Family Affair campaign, along with public health partners, are working to increase urgency around flu vaccination, stressing the importance of immunization for everyone 6 months of age and older.
We're begging everybody out there, please help protect your families from influenza. Speak to your healthcare provider or pharmacist and get that flu vaccine. We had no idea that the flu could be so serious, but if it happened to us, it could happen to anyone.
This flu season, talk to your doctor or pharmacist to see if the flu vaccine is right for you. I'm David Wiley for Coast to Coast.
The anticipation builds as Gloria Maynard waits for her 20-year-old son, Steven Sanchez, to come home from Iraq. Sanchez was injured during the war.
Oh, I'm so excited. I said, words just can't express how a parent feels, to have their son back here, back home.
Next to Maynard, Irma Perez waits for Sanchez's best friend, her son, Jacob.
I haven't seen him or been able to touch him for 7 months. And I just can't wait to see him. He's my oldest son, and so it's been hard.
Then the moment they've been waiting for.
I'm feeling really excited right now. It's good to be home. Just overwhelmed with everybody here.
The men are the more than 800 members of the 1st Battalion, 7th Marine Regiment to get back to the Marine Corps Combat Center this particular week. But not everyone was so lucky. A battalion spokesperson says 5 people from the battalion died in Iraq. One of those was Laura Almondo's boyfriend, Salvador Guerrero.
You see everybody that's happy here and waiting for the Marines. And it's just hard to know that, they're just not coming home.
This is Tom Jordan reporting.
It's a sector that affects our lives every day, but most of us never think about. It's the trucking industry. And we've come to Ontario, California, to the California Trucking Show to take a closer look at this unique industry.
The California Trucking Show is an annual gathering that brings together many players of an industry that generates over $900 billion in annual revenue. This trade show features many vendors who have a part in servicing this community in helping to keep these big rigs stay on the road and keep the freight moving in an economy that is extremely dependent on this very important industry.
One of the things that sets us apart is our diverse portfolio of business, right? So we don't just stick to one type of business that we're hauling for. Like if you see this side over here, CDS is our OEM side of the business where we deliver all the car parts to the dealers, right? Directly from the OEM manufacturers. So going back to the whole COVID, when all the store shelves got cleared out. So imagine if trucks stopped running, for 2 or 3 days. The whole country's gonna stop, right? If you look around, everything that you get has gone in there by either a ship or a truck or a train, right? So people, I think, underestimate or undervalue sometimes what the truck industry actually does for them.
While trucks just need to be functional in order to get to their final destination with their payload, there are many truckers who take great pride in their rigs and customize them to be rolling works of art. Longtime trucker Hector Fonseca is one of those who puts that extra personal touch into how his rig looks while hauling his freight to its final destination.
I'm glad that people like it and ask me about, that it's nice and clean. Obviously, it hasn't not too many lights like many other trucks, but I like simple, something simple, but at the same time it's nice and clean. And that's like an old school style. That's what I like. That's what I am. I'm an old guy too, so I probably need to have a truck like it's me, another one too. That's what I can tell you about it.
EV technology is also having its influence on the industry as the rollout of hydrogen and electric-powered trucks were featured at the show. While these electric-powered trucks might not be completely ready to travel across the country, they are being introduced for local use in moving freight in a busy metropolis, such as Southern California.
This particular one, we started with our VNR, the short hood. We took out the diesel engine, we took out the transmission, we took out the fuel tanks. The rest of it is a Volvo truck offering the same safety and reliability that all the other ones had, the other VNRs. Fleets that are going into it to stay compliant with the amount of carbon emissions that they're putting out. So their footprint, if they've got 100 trucks and they're running 2 or 3 electrics, zero emission trucks, they're able to keep their diesels on the road. And this is how this is being implemented to us slowly.
Aside from being a vital part of the economy, independent truckers like Hector Fonseca also like the great feeling of being out on the open road and enjoying the many beautiful aspects of our countryside that just can't be experienced by sitting in an office cubicle.
Well, I feel free. I like this, because I can stop sometimes in the middle of nowhere. I like to see the sky at the nighttime, see the stars, and you start thinking, and I don't know, there's so many things come to your mind, at that time, when you just checking probably your load, make sure that everything's fine, no flat tires or something. At the same time, you just see up to the sky and you see beautiful stars. You start, getting new ideas on your mind, That's a good thing,
So when you head off to the grocery store or get that item you've always wanted from Amazon, just make sure to remember it came your way via a trucker. From the California Trucking Show here in Ontario, California, this is J.R. Ibarra for Coast to Coast.
Kyle Larson just captured the checkered flag here at the 2023 South Point 400. I'm Jason Rosidlo, reporting from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This was Kyle Larson's 4th win this season and 2nd in Las Vegas overall. He secured the first of 4 NASCAR playoff positions for the finale in Phoenix.
It was a really good race for us and our team. You were able to get to the lead early, and was kind of struggling with my balance out in the lead early in the race. I was really loose, and they had to make some big adjustments and got our balance to a better spot, and still wasn't quite perfect, and had some cautions work out in the first stage to get the first stage win. Then the second stage, I got really loose and about crashed off a 2. Came here to Vegas knowing that we were going to have a car capable of winning, and was able to get the job done without, or with a lot of luck along the way. So just a cool week and one that I'll definitely never forget.
Following the South Point 400, Larson sits atop the point standings with 4 wins. William Byron is now in 2nd with 6 wins, and Martin Truex Jr. is in 3rd with 3 wins. Once again, Kyle Larson is your winner here at the 2023 South Point 400, bringing you the best of Coast to Coast. From the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I'm Jason Rosidlo reporting.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our special Thanksgiving episode, please go to our website. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest.